Hail, hail to the primal light. Hail, hail to the true light. Hail, hail to the transparent light. Hail to the light throughout the ages. Hail to the light without beginning nor end. Hail, hail, hail. Hail to the primal light. Blessed sunrise. Thank you for joining me today. Today I am going to look at question, what is the soul? What is the spirit? Because many ones do not really understand what it is, and also how to attention. Why do you need to get the soul attention? Okay, so hail, hail to the primal light. Hail, hail to our primal light self, Aten Ra. Hail, hail to the primal light self, manifest. Hail, hail to the primal light self, unmanifest. Hail, hail, hail to the primal light, the witness self, the one most high, the void manifest self. Hail, 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 hail to the primal light, to our one true, pure self, the void, unmanifest self. Hail, 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 hail to the primal light. Hail, 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 hail to the primal light. I am primal light, prepared for the world. Identity as Aset Aten Ra. I am the baby self and the daughter of our self supreme, Aten Ra. I am the liberator, and I advocate for all selves. I advocate for all souls. Why is it that I need to be advocating for the souls? I am the advocator for the souls because you don't know that your soul is in slavery to the deities and the gods. This is the reason why I have to advocate on your behalf, because you are in ignorance, exploring the world as the dream character, the mind being, the ego false self, and you do not know the truth. And you don't know that the soul is being enslaved. Yourself is even being enslaved. The baby self that animates the body is being enslaved by your own mind. So this is why I am the advocate. So if in case anyone was wondering, because no one asked no one asked me, why am I claiming to be the liberator and the advocator. Yeah, so let me tell you, that's what I do. I liberate the souls from slavery, from all the deities and the gods. Yeah, because why? Because I liberated my own self. You can only help one if you have helped yourself. When you have helped yourself, you can help many others. And so this is what I have done. I liberated myself, and I am still here fighting and advocating on behalf of all the self that is in bondage and being imprisoned and ruled tyrannically by all the gods, all the deities. Yeah, no matter whatever name they call themselves, aliens, ancestors, devils, satans, they're all the same. They just are playing different roles based on their mental state. Yes, so just let me explain that, why I'm the advocate for all the selves, for all the souls. So let's understand what a soul is, because many ones do not know. What is the soul? What is the spirit? Because we know we say these words all the time. I grew up hearing these words being said around me, started using the same words, but I never quite understood exactly what they meant until I come into true self-realization, until I merge within myself. This is how I have the full understanding, and I can give you the full meaning of what everything is. So when I'm giving you the full meaning, this is because I have been in experiencing. When you are saying something, you are speaking from what was told to you when you were growing up. But when you have a full experience of yourself, you can explain things in a clear fashion and in very simple terms. So what is the soul? The soul is the baby primal light. You are the baby self of Aten Ra. She has made lots of baby self and send them out into this dream world creation that she has created, so that she can experience and learn about the world in all of her myriads of self. And very few selves come into truth and come into self-realization, so that she can get to come and unify with them and merge as one with them. Very few selves have done this throughout all the many ages, right? So this is what everyone needs to understand, that when you come into truth of who you are, and you're experiencing this world through yourself and not through the eyes of the ego, then you are merged back with Aten Ra. Because you have not done so, you are still in exploring as the ego, and you're still worshiping some God and thinking that you need to give God some soul. All you need to do is return back to your true self and be yourself. You are Aten Ra. You are baby self. You merge back with her, and you can communicate with her, and you know everything that you need to know for your self destiny, and also for the destiny after self, the journey and dissolution of this dream. And so this is what needs to be cleared in everyone's mind. First and foremost, you are the self. You are the self coming into your dream creation, to explore your dream creation, to learn about it, also to see if you can figure out the puzzle of yourself and drop this ego, false self, and just be your true self. That's all you have to do. Drop this ego, false self, and be your true self. But many ones don't know, and many ones, the mind is programmed, because the mind is very habitual, and whatever the program is for your mind, this is what it's going to constantly want to do. So what you have to start doing is start reprogramming your mind with affirmations. Since you don't know who you are, you have to start reprogramming your mind with affirmations that affirms your true self-identity. Like, I am primal light. I am the eternal self. I am the eternal truth. I am deathless, formless, boundless, limitless. I am not this body, and I am not this ego false self. I am not this mind avatar. I am not this God self. I am the eternal self. I am the void, unmanifest self. I am the pure, true self. So this is what you want to be making these affirmations, so you can reprogram your mind, so that you can start affirming your self-identity. Because right now you're under what? False self-identity. You are identifying yourself as all kind of things that is not you. False self-identity. And so the time has come right now when you need to come into truth of who you are. So you can come into truth of who you are. And so this is what you have to do. So you can drop this false self-identity and know for certain who you are. All right. And so this is the reason why I'm here to explain to you the truth of your self-soul. Why is it that you want to get the attention of your self-soul? Why would you want to get the attention of your self-soul? You'd want to get the attention of your self-soul because right now you are exploring the world as the what? The ego false self, the mind being, the mind avatar. You are not connecting with your soul self. This is the reason why you are bent on serving a God, being a slave, and putting the soul in slavery, putting your real self in slavery so you can exist as this dream character. When you put yourself in slavery, you're only existing as the dream character. So it is time now when you need to just drop this dream character and just be your real and true self. So what is the spirit? The spirit is the baby self of the soul self. The self-soul, fragmented self, because like I explained in the other videos, we are fragmenting ourselves all the time. When we come into this existence, we are fragmenting ourselves. On every level, we are fragmenting ourselves. And so when we come here into the duality, the matter, we are fragmenting ourselves again, because we make two self in this body. We have the parent self called the soul, and then we have the personal self, the baby self called the spirit. The spirit self is the self that animates the body with its mind. When the spirit first came to animate the body, the mind did not allow it to rise up. It went to sleep because the self-soul is always awake. This is the reason why all the deities, the gods, them trick everyone to get their soul, because your soul is the light. When you are awake, your light is on. When you sleep, your light is off. So the baby self, the spirit, light is off because it's been sleeping. From the moment it came into this dream, it has been sleeping. And so the mind has cocooned it, the self, the spirit, in magnetic energy, and has tranced it and looped it in its imagination. So the mind is dreaming and showing the self all of these things to keep it occupied in the dream so it doesn't wake up. Why? It's a deception so that it can continue to explore the world in this ego avatar, this mind avatar. Yes, so this is the reason why, as the mind avatar, you want to get your soul's attention, because you want to now start coming into the truth so that you can make union with the soul, because the soul inside of the self-soul is the supreme teacher within, and you want to get the supreme teacher to rise up to pull this ego off of the baby self, the baby self soul, baby self spirit. Have to pull the ego off. So this is how you become your real self, starting to explore this dream world as yourself and not as the dream character, the ego false self, the mind being. So what is the soul? Your primal light self, right? This is Aten Ra, baby self. This is Aten Ra, that fragment herself into this baby self, to come into this world to explore her dream, because on every level where the self exists, the self is fragmenting itself. So let's start out with the first aspect of the self, the void unmanifest. This is all as far that I know. The void unmanifest self is the self that is in stillness, and it is the real, the true, pure self. It is in complete stillness. It is a unified self, and it is still, no movement, no thoughts, none of that. Just complete stillness. It's almost, the stillness is almost like you would mistake it for sleeping, but it's not sleeping. The light is on, in awareness, everything, but just complete stillness. Now the void manifest now is the pure baby self, right? Is the baby self of the unmanifest self. And the void manifest came into being because the self wanted to create. So it started fragmenting itself. So the first fragmentation was to fragment itself from the unmanifest level to manifesting a baby self, and then to making a self replica of itself that becomes the space. Now the void manifest is gonna fragment itself even more. It's going to make a primordial egg. It's going to make an egg, which is the primordial egg, and then what it's going to do now? Make a self replica of itself that becomes the universe, because it's going into duality. And duality means that you're sleeping and you're dreaming and you're not in awareness. She moves her primordial egg and she goes into the cell, into the universe, because what she wants to create a duality world. So she's fragmenting herself again, but this is a balanced self, so it is just a pure true self, right? There's no the self has not been fragmented into masculine or feminine yet. It is just a pure self with no gender, just a pure self. Now the primordial egg, the self atom, the pure atom. What is void manifest self is doing now? She's gonna hit the pure atom, and this is gonna shatter it. This is the nuclear fusion that happens, and now what did she do after she do this shattering of the atom? Particles. Now she got pure particles, pure self particles, and the pure self particles become the self unmanifest. So as you can see, this is all the fragmentation, because if the self did not shatter the atom, there was no way out. They're gonna be doing this creation and creating into the matter level, because at every level the self is fragmenting itself more and more, until we come to the level where we're in matter right now, where we can have that physical manifestation of things. Because the self unmanifest is just no pure particle. It is not it has no solidness to it. It's just particles where it is no form to it, like with the energy of self manifest. That each level is a different level of manifestation. Now self unmanifest is gonna fragment the self even more. It's gonna go into now pure energy form, and it's the energies are going to separate it from the masculine energy, separated from the feminine, with void between, and this becomes what? The self manifest. And because now it's looped into the figure 8, the infinite, it's looped into that infinity symbol, because this is how it's gonna manifest now into this being form, right? Into the pure self energy. And from there, the self even manifests more into now the next manifestation. Self manifest is going to make a duality. So it makes the cosmos, the duality cosmos, so it makes the cosmic being by making a self replica of itself, because its baby self is going to go into the cosmos to create the duality world. So when it makes another fragmentation of itself, this is why it brings in the baby self, which is the primal light Aten Ra, and she is the elements. She's the elements of the, you know, the pure atom, and she herself is from the atom. She herself is the neutron, the neutral self, because when the self fragments, she rises as the neutral self, then the light rises as the electrons, and the consciousness rose as the protons. All right, now when she's fragmenting herself by making self replicas and then making baby selves, because now she's going to create on the level that she's creating on, she's going to bind things together and to create matter, to make solid forms. All right, so this is how her creation started now in this physical world, is now binding those elements, because now Aten Ra encompasses everything that all of her other self has: the pure self, the self atom, the particles, the energy, and she's the elements, and now she's creating matter. And as matter coming into human being, making the body, it contains all of the elements of all of ourselves. The void is right here in the center of our chest. This is where the self, the soul dwells. We have within us the pure energy. We have within us the particles, the self particles. We have within us the atoms, the pure self atoms. We have within us the void. You know what I'm saying? So all of this is encompassed within this vessel right here. And so this is how we are fragmenting ourselves. So by the time we come to this body, the self soul that has been a fragment of Aten Ra, has her baby self, has now also fragmented itself, makes self replicas, and the baby self in the body, the two selves. The baby self, the spirit, animates the body with the mind. Comes into the head and it spreads out throughout the body, animates the body. The problem is that the mind has enslaved itself, the spirit, and the spirit is not the one exploring the world. No, no, no. The mind has created an avatar, the ego false self. And so this is the reason why you want to get your soul's attention, because you are not experiencing the world as your self soul. Your self soul is your real self. What? The soul is your what? Your real self. It is the parent self, and it has been waiting for ages for its baby self to rise up and take precedent over this ego. Mind, you are not a self. You are just a mind. Why you want to play two roles? You're not a self. The mind, I think that it is the real self, this ego. It is just the mind. Excuse me. And so this is what needs to happen right now. That everyone needs to come into this realization. So I am going to read how to get the attention of yourself. And then we're going to do one of the chants from the books. You have to self-inquire. That's the number one thing. Because if this ego self, this mind don't start self-inquiring to see the truth of its existence, the mind is under false self-identity and it does not know the truth. You have to self-inquire and come to self-realization. You have to run your distance, which means that you have to take your destiny in your hand. You cannot sit there and want Jesus to save your soul for you. Your soul is your real self. You get up and save yourself. Self-devotion means that you are going to sit in stillness with yourself, in self-confidence and faith in yourself. You must have self-confidence and faith in yourself, because this ego is always going to try to trick you and tell you that that's not the truth. And you must have a keen sense of discernment, because this is a dream, it's an illusionary world, and everything, including all the beings in the mind, is always trying to deceive you. This world is a dream. You are too invested in this dream. Be invested in liberating yourself, trapped and enslaved in this dream, fantasy world. In all your studies, teaching, scriptures, and your doctrines, religions, and superstitions, know and remember this truth. You are enslaved inside of a dream. Do you have the determination to be free? You must have courage to face all illusion and fears. You must be pure in your heart. You must practice discernment. You must have calmness of mind. Get out of the mind, bring it down into the void, into the self-heart, to still it. You must free yourself from desires and attachment. You must practice being in awareness, earnestness, and a sincere, intense conviction. Wanting to know your truth, wanting to know yourself. You must be a truth seeker. Don't seek God, seek yourself, your true self. And you must self-inquire, because only then will the supreme teacher within rises up to self-inquiry. So this one is for dissolution of the spirit back into your spirit to be unified back into the soul as one unified self, merging the self in union with itself, the self spirit in union with itself soul. Over the ages, I journey away from the source of my being, the source of my existence, my true source. Shattered into fragmented pieces, I have served all the lifetimes I need. Now is the time I will return. I lose all accumulations I have gathered. I will not allow anyone or anything to stir up emotions in me. I am calm. I maintain supreme love for all beings and life form. No need can lure me. Wrath won't hurt me. Hatred have no power over me. I free myself from all desires. I break free of this cycle. No want or grief will be able to engulf me. Whatever come into creation will all be destroyed when its cycle of time has ended. I return to my limitless, boundless self. I return to my ultimate true state. I align myself to that which is the source of my existence. I align myself to that which is the source of my existence. I listen to my conscience. I still the mind. I break free of the cycle of birth and death. I awake from my slumber of ignorance. I move from ignorance to wisdom. I move from untruth to truth. I move from fear to knowledge of self and freedom. I attain my ultimate truth. I attain my ultimate truth. I am an immortal self. I lose all attachment and return to my ultimate true state. I am that has no name. I am that can't be explained. And so this is, some things that you want to be chanting, I return this fractal personal self spirit back into the self. I can finally be whole. Consciousness, the mind has the destiny. I am a witness to the destiny. When consciousness is in awareness of itself and is in awareness of its light, because there is void between consciousness and the light, it is in a non-dual state. When the self is in awareness of itself and consciousness, the mind, there is void between consciousness and the self, and this is the creation of the non-dual being. I must be free today, now. Sweeping fire of love consume me. Break the bond of illusion. I am free here and now. I return ego back into its source. I am a unified self. I am a unified self. And so, yeah, this is what you want to do. You want to engage yourself. Oh, you know what? Let's do the self-realization affirmation, because that way ones can know what they need to do to reprogram their mind. Because remember that this mind is under false self-identity, and you're under false self-identity because you are exploring the world as the mind being and not as your real self. So let's do this. I am Supreme Self participating in a dream of my own making. The self always exists. All is myself. I alone exist. I am Supreme Self. I am Primal Light. I am luminous, pure consciousness. I am Atenra. I am not this body. I am not this mind. I am the eternal truth. I am formless, limitless, boundless, timeless, deathless. I was never born, so I can never die. I am that has no name. I am that can't be explained. My self-realization. I realize I am the supreme in this fractal form as a baby primal light self. I realize I am participating in a dream of my own creation. I realize the self fractalize and manifest the spirit, the personal self, taking form as a human being. I realize the baby self spirit is asleep behind the mind and must be awakened. I realize the self is longing to be free and boundless. The baby self spirit must merge back in union with the self for the self to be whole, balanced, and in harmony. I awake the sleeping baby self, the God as me. I awake, 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 oh, sleeping self. Arise, beloved self, the great I am. I awake to my truth. 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 I awake to my true self. I invoke my true self's blessings and light. I invoke my higher self, the witness self, my primal guru self, the dispeller of ignorance, the knower of consciousness. I realize I am a baby primalite, a baby son. I am a baby supreme self. I self-realize. I self-realize. I self-realize. I am not this body. I am not this ego. neither am I this mind. I am luminous, pure consciousness. I am Brahman. I am Supreme Self. I am Primal Light. I am Atenra. I am that has no name. I am that can't be explained. I was never born, so I can never die. I am deathless, timeless, boundless, limitless, formless. I am the eternal self. I am the eternal truth. Everything created must come to an end. All things created must come to an end. And right now, our supreme selves are in alignment. Aten Ra, self-manifest, self-unmanifest. The void manifest, the witness self. Our true, pure self, the void unmanifest. All of ourselves are in alignment, bringing balance to each of their duality creation, bringing balance to this world. And so know that this dream is moving into this solution. This dream is being dissolved, and we will all return back onto Aten Ra. Aten Ra will return onto self-manifest. Self-manifest will return onto self-unmanifest. Self-unmanifest will return onto the void manifest. The void manifest will return onto the void unmanifest. So we have fragmented ourselves and stepped down all of these staircases to come down into this matter. Now we are going to return back on the same levels, to return back to our true self. And from there, all of this world will move into balance. Everything will return back to its original state. And this is when the new and balanced world will be created. We will rise up. The ones who have castrated the ego, that they no longer want to explore this dream world as this ego false self. If you castrate this ego false self and explore the world in your real true self, then you will rise up. For the ones who don't want to do that, you're just okay anyway. You just return back onto the Supreme and you will just not rise up. That's all. So you will not be enslaved and be in prison like what the God then was doing, and giving us a lot of false notions and false information. If you don't do the work to liberate yourself, you just stay within the self and you don't rise up. New beings get to rise up instead of you. If you want to rise up to explore the non-duality, then I suggest that you start working on yourself so that it doesn't, believe me, we have been preparing the way for you. It's not going to take you a long time to castrate this ego. You just need to have your soul in the body and want to search and get you and find yourself. So let's do our closing out song. So this is what you want. This is what you want to do. Because right now, okay, so I'm just gonna close out with everything that's created. Let me turn this on. Everything that is created must come to an end. Hail, hail to the primal light. Hail to the true light. Hail to the transparent light. Hail to the light without beginning nor end. Hail to the light throughout the ages. Hail to the primal light. I am the primal light. I am the true light. I am in command of the commandment command. I am in command of the commandment command. Mind, be still. Be still, be still, be still. Be still and know that I am in command. From where does this thought arise? From where does this thought arise? Mind, be still. Be still, be still. Be still and know that I am in command. I am in command of the commandment command. I am in command of the commandment command. I am primalite, taking this form. I am not this body. I am not this mind. I am not this ego, dream, character, the mind avatar. Mind, where is yourself? In bondage, you have put it in hell. Mind, false I, you are the mind, and I am the self. Mind, be still, be still, be still, and know that I am in command. Mind, be still, be still, be still. Be still and know that I am in command. I am protected and nothing can harm me. I am protected and nothing can harm me. I self-realize all is myself. I alone exist. I am the manifest supreme self. I am confident, unafraid, undisturbed, unmoving. I am stabilized in myself, the unmanifest. I am the ultimate truth. I am the absolute. I am the eternal self. I am the unmanifest. I am one with all. I am formless, fearless, deathless, timeless, limitless, boundless. I am primalite. I am that has no name. I am that can't be explained. All things created must come to an end. All things created must what? Come to an end. And everything that I have created, I demolish. Everything that I have created, I demolish. I am free from my imaginary bondage. I am free from my imaginary bondage. I return to my ultimate true state. I return to my ultimate true state. I transition from being to non-being. I transition from being to non-being. I move effortlessly with ease from manifest to unmanifest. I am one with all. I am one with all. All is myself, and I alone exist. And all of myself must return unto me. I am in command of the commandment command. And as I have commanded, so let it be. All souls are free. All selves are free. Liberation from this dream. I dissolve this dream. I demolish this dream. I return unto my ultimate true state. I bow to you in love, in light, and in truth. Hail, hail to a primalite self, Aten Ra. Hail, hail to a primalite self, manifest. Hail, hail to a primalite, the unmanifest. the witness self, the one most high. The void manifest. Hail, hail to our true, pure self, the void unmanifest. Thank you for joining me today on stillness, self-devotion, and self-truth. Today I answered the question, what is the soul? What is the spirit? And why do you need to make connection to get the soul's attention? Why do you need to do that? Because right now you are exploring the world as this dream character, this ego false self. You are not in your real self. And you need to get your soul's attention because what? Your soul is your real self. Don't give it, don't barter it, don't sell it away, don't be tricked out of yourself. That is your real one true. Alrighty? So get out of this ego, get out of this mind, and center yourself into the void right here, into your self heart, so you can connect back with your real self. This is the mind. This is this ego false self that's doing this. The mind. This is the mind real self. So you can do this, and then once you merge into the self soul, then you can merge into your real self, which is the next level. Is At and Ra, self manifest, self unmanifest, the self, the void self manifest, and then the void unmanifest self. That's where I'm up to. I don't know what beyond that. Alrighty. So thank you.